you might notice, but I think the pressure's really on him defensively, is that he's going to have to prove that he's as good as Gabe Pickens and Chris Terrell defensively.
Aggies in the white here at home. Hilltoppers in the red, looking for their second true road win this year. Only true road win came against Eastern Kentucky. The lob up top for Juice Mims for the first points of the game.
Well, perfectly executed.
Starting five for Western Kentucky. Myers, Boyd, Newell, Poon, and Moore as Jones gets swatted away out of bounds by the freshman Armello Poon. Ball will stay with New Mexico State, and as Russ mentioned, Elijah Elliott making the start at the point. His first start this season. He's joined by Jones, Malanga, Juice Mims, and Jacoby Osborne. Aggies trying to go to 7-0 at home. Juice Mims coming off 22-14 against Missouri State. Osborne making his second straight start. Jamel Jones came off the bench against Missouri State and played very well. He's back in the starting five here tonight. Jones carves inside, fires it for Malanga. Pinballs out to Elliott. 2 on the timer. Has to shoot it. He got fouled on the 3. And Elijah Elliott will shoot a trio of free throws.
Well, Elliott's off to a good start.
Russ, we kind of figured by right around this time, Elijah Elliott was going to be a bigger factor, right? It was going to take him some time coming off the ACL. Suffered a season-ending injury at Southern Illinois University early on a year ago. He was playing really well in Carbondale, tore his ACL. Recovery time, of course, took a while. So he was not a full go until late in the offseason, and now here in early January, Elliott in the starting five. He's averaging 16 a game in his previous 3 coming in. And more notable for Elliott, Russ, his shooting numbers are going up. His field goal percentage was below 40% for a while. He's shooting 56% from the field in his previous 3 during this stretch when he's averaging 16 a game.
Well, I was at practice when Jason Hooten actually said that out loud. He says, you're not shooting good percentage because of this, this, and this. And, Elliott nodded his head, listened and nodded his head.
Moore got blocked. Aggies need to get back in transition. Hilltoppers really want to run. The Aggies want to push 2 guys back defensively to be better in transition defense here tonight because of the Hilltoppers' ability to run the floor. High post touch from Malanga. Hand off to Elliott. Hilltoppers really physical defensively in the arc. Osborne spins and he travels.
Well, they sort of hopped off 1 foot.
Once again, the offense has not been the problem for Jason Hooten's squad. Jason looking for his 300th career win tonight. But they allowed 89 in both games on the road trip. Jason said, I've never allowed 89 in 2 games on a road stretch in my entire coaching career.
Yeah, I think that's true, and what a nightmare for him. He's always been known as one of the best defensive coaches in the nation.
Sloppy start on offense for WKU, trying to settle in. They average 83 points per game, 4th best in Conference USA. Under 10 on the timer. This is Grant Newell going to work on Juice Mims. Turnaround jumper, good look for Newell. Misfires, long rebound picked up by Elliott. Push ahead to Jamel Jones, trying to bounce it around Boone. Back on the arc, step in 3. Elliott is good. Elijah Elliott. New Mexico State leads 6-0, 4 for Elliott.
And perfect pass by Jamel Jones.
This is the start that New Mexico State wanted. Batted away by Malanga, grabbed by Sear Malanga. No numbers though for Elliott. Elliott slices down the paint. Leans in, he got contact, and Elijah Elliott will shoot 2 more free throws.
Well, I like what he's doing so far, Adam. He's shooting the ball well, but he is looking to pass first, which of course is, you want every good point guard is looking to pass first. But the difference is that he can make shots.
Russ, are you seeing the growth as time goes on that Elijah is starting to play the way that Jason Hooten wants him to play?
Well, when the times I've been at practice, and there's nobody's safe at practice. I could get hollered at, but Elliott, like all the players, but he looks right in his eye when he's right in Coach Hooten's eye, nods his head, and sort of takes the criticism and bounces back. So yes, I have been impressed by him, and I'm not sure about, I'm not a doctor. I don't know how the knee is, but it seems fine tonight.
2 new Hilltoppers coming in. LJ Hackman checks in, and And so does Cam Hafner, a sharpshooter out of Westfield, Indiana. And now the Aggies pick up the pressure here in the full court as Jones picks up Hackman, who brings the Hilltoppers out of the backcourt. An 8-0 start for the Aggies here at home, where they've been a totally different team this year. Moore hounded by Osborne in the corner. Great matchup here. Osborne, one of the Aggies' better defenders. Moore tries to turn the corner. Tip no good. Grabbed by Mims. Moore averages 18 a game, which is second best in the conference. Elliott picks up his dribble. Osborne back to Elliott. Guarded by Newell on the switch. Mismatch here. Elliott's three is short. Mims grabs the rebound over Moore, and he sticks it back in over the 6'5" Hilltopper.
Wow, and that forces a timeout from Western Kentucky.
Neither did Gabe Pickens. Jason Hooten said earlier this week, I'm going to shuffle things up, and he did. Elijah Elliott earning his first start of this season, and Osborne in there for a second straight game as well. Now Visached in the game, picks up Tegan Moore. Anthony can really defend. He draws this assignment here on the 6'5" guard for the Hilltoppers. Hand off to Newell. Going to work on Jones. Shoots it over. Jamel Jones. Contested jumper. The 7-footer Boyd grabs the rebound though. Hand off to Hackman. Hackman checked by Jones. Here's Hafner, who can really shoot it from three. Contested three for Hackman. Weak side rebound for Elijah Elliott. Mims was open. Jones didn't find it. He'll heave a three, and he knocks it down. 13-0 New Mexico State.
Boy, he didn't hesitate there, did he?
Jamel was 0 for 6 from 3 in his previous 2 games. Did not make a 3 during the recent road trip. Hackman tries to split defenders, and he's bumped by Juice Mims.
Yeah, Aggies gambled a little bit.
Well, last time out at the first media in Springfield, New Mexico State trailed 17-7. A couple days later here at home, they lead 13-zip. Back home and feeling good. Jamel Jones for 3. Aggies up 13 early. He's back in the starting 5 here today. So now the Aggies roll with Gabe Pickens, his first action tonight. Mims, Jones, Visached. And Kyrie Smolin, who comes in for the first time today. There's Hafner, top of the key. Swings it for Cade Unseld, the redshirt freshman from Bowling Green, where WKU is located. Boone's also a freshman, grabs the rebound over Visached and puts it back in for the first points for the Hilltoppers.
Well, if he's not the best freshman in the league, Adam, he's among the best freshmen in the league. Very talented, he's bouncy, plays hard.
He's kind of been in and out of the starting 5 for Hank Plona this year. That's Jones' game right there. That's hard to guard, and Jamel Jones has a handful. Russ, I said a couple hours ago, I said this very well could be a really, really big week for Jamel Jones, and I think he could have 2 monster games. We'll see if that occurs. He's kind of got that feeling in practice this week. Off-balance jumper, no good for Armella Boone. Ball screens for Pickens, swings it for Juice Mims, who has shot the ball really well from 3 the last couple of weeks. All of a sudden, Juice is a real threat from the arc. He's 4 for 7 from 3 in his previous 3 games. This is Pickens, who bounces it for Mullen. Intended for Kyrie. Squirts out to Visached, who steps back and rips through the tray.
Nice and soft.
Aggies ahead by 16. Boone's floater, back rim, no good. High clearance by Mims, his 4th rebound already. Jamel Jones, a heat check. Oh, yeah! Jones for 3.
I could feel that one.
Out, Hank Plona.
I could feel that one over here. I knew that was going. There was Scott Hafner, a great player at Evansville in Indiana. And Jamel Jones, his father, was a great high school player in Chicago, Drake Jones. That's how we know we're getting old, when we start knowing the fathers.
Aggies 7 of 9 from the field, 4 of 5 from 3. Pickens defends Terrion Murdix. Contested 3 is good. That is a tough shot. That's excellent defense by Visached. Nothing else you can do. The aforementioned Hafner with the tread.
I shouldn't have said anything about Hafner.
Pickens shoots a 3, way off. Osborne the offensive rebound. Fires it back out to Visached. Off on his 3, bodies flying everywhere. And Kyrie Smolin draws a foul in the interior on the offensive end of the floor.
And Kyrese Mullen really has his hands full. You know, he's giving away 4 or 5 inches, which is not untypical.
Setched on the catch, back in the corner to Pickens. Kind of clogged up in that area. Setched will reset, gets a ball screen from Kyrese. Jalen Randall now in the game. Randall zigzags, pinballs into the hands of Mullen. Murdoch's trying to force a held ball, and he does. It's going to be possession, Western Kentucky.
Well, we weren't sure if we'd seen Murdoch, were we, Adam?
Murdoch is playing for the first time since November 27th. He's been battling injuries, this young man, his entire collegiate career. Missed each of the previous 2 seasons due to injury. Was playing well early on this year, the first 6 games, and he's been sidelined since late November. So this is big going forward for the Hilltoppers to have number 11 in red back at the point guard spot. Murdoch runs the point, guarded by Randall on the switch. He's a very smart, cerebral point guard, a veteran out of Springfield, Illinois. This is Newell. Back to Hafner. Hafner, a rare 2-point attempt, and he has 5 in a row. He only makes 6 2-pointers for the entire year. He has 25 made threes. Randall inside the arc. Top of the key for Pickens. This is Visech. Penetrates, dumps off to Osborne, who didn't time his jump, and he throws it away. This is the danger rush. You have that starting 5 in with Elliott and Jones, who were playing so well. You bring in the second unit, and now we've seen a little bit of a drop-off here, and the Hilltoppers are trying to get back in it. Moore, guarded by Randall, bounces down low to a wide-open Blaze Keita, who just came in. The Aggies are going to make him earn the points. Keita will shoot 2 free throws.
Well, Kyrese Mullen had the right idea. Helped, but he probably helped a little bit too much there and lost track of his guy.
And now we're going to see 4 starters check back in here in a moment. Normally the second unit's been really good for New Mexico State, but that second unit looks different now, with the starting unit looking different. Jones, Elliott, Malanga, Mims all returning. Randall stays in. Russ, do you feel like at some point we're going to see this rotation shortened to around 9 guys as opposed to around 11?
I don't know. You know, I've wondered about that, but it's just that Coach Hooten has gotten great production from his bench, and I don't know. I don't see that as any of the potholes that the Aggies have run into this season so far. You know, and then there's always injury or somebody. Remember last year when Filipovic got the flu, it really damaged the Aggies. But I think it's a real strength that they have this kind of depth.
Step back 3 for Jamel Jones, and he has not cooled off one bit. He has 11 now. The 7-footer Boyd is back in. Boone also back in, the freshman out of Lexington, Kentucky. Corner 3 contested for Newell. Good box out by Jamel Jones. Well done. He wants the basketball. He almost ripped that out of the hands of Malanga. Big screen by Juice Mims. Jones will hand it off to Elliott, who scored 6 early, making his first start of the season. Elliott, step back 3, left to the key. Mims, the put back down low.
That wasn't a step back 3, that was a pass, I thought. We're going to give Elliott the assist on that one.
We'll check the monitor to see if he gets credit for it. Already 5 rebounds for Juice Mims, who's on pace for a double-double. It would be his 2nd in a row. 6 points, 5 rebounds for Juice. Boyd going to work on Malanga. And Malanga fouled him, wrapped him up. Let's see if there's shots coming up or if it's on the ground. Did not start against Missouri State. Jason Hooten said earlier this week he talked to Jamel before the trip to Springfield about him coming off the bench for that game, and Jamel handled it very well. Played well against Missouri State, but in the end it was a 7-point loss in Springfield. It was a tough trip. I mean, you're going Miami to Springfield. Travel partners right now in the conference, and that is just not a normal road trip in conference play, but it is what it is. And that foul is called on Newell as he was fighting with Mims for the rebound, and Newell gets whistled for the personal.
Well, Newell's from our Chicago viewers will remember Newell from Whitney Young High School in Chicago. His brother was a soccer player at Western Michigan.
Rainbow lob to Jones. Hilltoppers need to find a way to stop him. Pull up Randall. That's too easy. Wide open to the free throw line.
Wow, and another assist from Jamel Jones.
That's 2 helpers now for Jamel, who's doing everything well. Here's Hackman working on Elliott. Floater off the mark. Tipped out of bounds. Last touch by the 7-footer Boyd. Russ, have you noticed an uptick here? I know it's early defensively for New Mexico State here in the first 9+.
Well, I have, and they've done a good job of, I was raving about Tegan Moore, and the Aggies have done a terrific job of controlling, probably the best player ever out of Dry Ridge, Kentucky, I imagine. But no, I'm joking, but he's been a load for Western Kentucky up to this point.
A slip by Mims. Elliott picks up his dribble, bounces for Mims. Hand off back to Elliott. Shot clock winding down to 4. Elliott grabs it on the end line. Randall gets it away, and Randall is fouled on the 3 with 1 on the timer. And right now, nothing is going right for Western Kentucky here on the road. You guard there, Russ, for 29 seconds, and then Randall heaves a 3 off balance, and Western Kentucky fouls him.
Yeah, and I'm sure Tegan Moore didn't mean to do that.
They're going to review this probably to see if the shot got away in time, I would think. Bart Lennox, Steven Anderson, Landon Brandis, our crew.
Yeah, I wondered if it did. I won't be shocked if they. Oh, never mind.
They also checked to see if it was a 3-pointer or a 2-pointer. It is a 2-point shot.
I see. Okay.
So his toes were on the line. The foul on Tegan Moore is his first, and Moore still hasn't scored. He averages 18 a game. Randall, 77% free throw shooter. First action today for Jack Edlin, number 5 in red, junior out of Louisville. And Unseld returns. Moore goes off, so does Newell. And at some point, the Hilltoppers, if they want to mount a comeback, they need Moore to find something on offense. 21-point Aggie lead. Unseld for 3. He drains it.
Well, there's a mix-up there. And Jason Hooten is livid, and he should be. There's a mix-up there on a free throw. If you can't get back and find your guy on a free throw, that's very basic, defense 101. On a free throw, you should be able to find your guy.
The officials will review that at the next dead ball, the next media timeout. They call it a 2-pointer for now. They're going to review it, though. Randall from the elbow. Fadeaway jumper drops in for Jalen Randall. Murdix back into the point for the Hilltoppers. See how many minutes he plays tonight in his first game since late November. Edlin swings it for Armello Boone, who rims off the 3. Malanga boxed out, and it's grabbed by Elijah Elliott.
As I said, Malanga did a good job there. He didn't get the ball, but he held his man off and sort of knocked it.
Malanga fumbled the catch, and that went off his leg. Good pass by Jamel Jones. It was there. Malanga just wasn't strong enough with the ball. And now Mullen will come in for Malanga. Rush, there's so much there with Sierra Malanga, and we've seen gradual progress throughout the year, but I think the next step right here is you got to be stronger with the ball and go up and finish at 6'11".
Yeah, and he has, like a lot of big guys, he occasionally has the bad habit of bouncing the ball around the basket, which is the last thing a guy his size should do.
The footwork and the hands, though, are they all there?
Oh, I think so. And he's a great kid. He's a good listener. He's a fast learner.
Murdix dribble drives on Elliott. Couldn't finish. Excellent defense by Elliott. But Murdix gets it back. It's the side of the backboard. Randall trying to save it. And it's going to be Western Kentucky ball. Great hustle by Randall.
Now, nearly every practice I've been to, Jason, Hooten practice that sort of wall. He calls it walling up, where you jump straight up on a guy driving to the basket. They don't call it. In the old days, they would call that as a foul on the defender. If you go straight up, there's a good chance you're not going to foul him.
Three-pointer is short for Ryan Myers, who just came back in. High clearance for Randall. Randall slings it for Jamel Jones. Mullen was open. The Aggies couldn't find him. Jones almost travels, stays with it, fires it in the corner for Randall. And it's slapped away out of bounds by Murdix, who gets in Randall's face. And Randall will walk away. Wow. Officials letting them do that for a little bit. I mean, Murdix, watch this. He's lucky he did not get teed up. And I get it with Murdix. I mean, you're trying to spark something on your bench right now. You're trying to get your team back in it.
And he's probably, I mean, he's probably thrilled to be back in. He's had such a good career up to this point. He's just not 100% healthy.
Under 10 to shoot for Elliott. Going to work on Edlin. Elliott carves inside, fadeaway jumper. Back rim, no good. Mullen grabbed the miss, and Kyrese will get 2 free throws.
Mullen was like a great white shark there. I mean, he just went after that and just yanked it out of the Hilltopper's hands. Watch him. Just pure strength there, and Unsold is a strong guy.
First foul on Unseld. Mullen in the previous 2 games, only 3 for 8 from the free throw line, 59% for the year. $23-point Aggie lead, their biggest here tonight. 13-2 scoring run over the previous 4 minutes. Satch back in, he defends Ryan Myers. The Toppers have missed 7 of the previous 8 for the field before that shot. Weak side rebound for Mullen. Murdix picks up Jamel Jones. Maneuvers around Murdix, extra defender there. Mullen grabbed it, back on the arc to Visech. Visech to the rim, and he throws it off the hands of Edlin.
Well, good help by Jack Edlin.
So it's Aggie ball on the end line when we come back. Hilltoppers haven't scored in 2:24. They trail by 23. All Aggies here on top of Lou Henson Court. That game. So road wins are seemingly impossible right now in the conference, and New Mexico State got a taste of that a week ago, and now Western Kentucky gets a taste of that here tonight. Hilltoppers lost at Jacksonville State on December 29th to start conference play, and then won twice at home last week against Sam Houston and Louisiana Tech. Pickens, the inbounder. In for Jones. Open look from the corner. Weak side rebound for Hafner. Hafner shuffles it off to Murdix. Here is Edlin, the junior out of Louisville, who doesn't score much, only 12 points all year. Flip back to Murdix. Finger roll, no good. Putback try is good, though, for the 7-footer who transferred in from LSU, Noah Boyd. Hilltoppers below, before that putback, they were below 20% from the field. Now they're at 23%. Visech struggles with the catch. Jones backing down Hafner. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Jamel Jones.
Well, Cam Hafner appears to be the only guy who can stop Jamel Jones.
Randall back in for Jamel. Jason Hooten has played 9 players so far. Chris Terrell still has not played. A season-low 3 minutes last Sunday for Terrell. We also haven't seen Augustine Ekwe yet. He only played 3 minutes last Sunday. Edlin heaves a three, rattles out. 3 rebounders down there for New Mexico State. 2 ball screens for Pickens. The Aggies haven't made a field goal in 3 minutes. Pickens trying to create, bounces in the corner. Mullen for 3, he splashes it in.
Wow. Good patience by Gabe Pickens. He's just always looking to see who's open.
Mullen selective when he shoots it from the arc. He's 5 for 14 this year from there. The Aggies are giving Boyd that shot if he wants to take it. Jump hook is way off. And Mims grabs the rebound right around Leroy Odiahi, the Ireland native who's in for the first time tonight. Pickens the lob. Mims trying to go with his back to the basket and put it in.
Well, another great pass by Gabe Pickens. That could have very well been another assist for him.
Was the timing a half second off? If he throws it earlier, you think it was there?
Well, maybe, but what impressed me is watch the body control of Julius Mims here. Oh, that was Kyrese Mullins for a 3, but great body control by Mims because he sort of spun in the air before he almost tip dunked that.
His shooting numbers from the free throw line and from 3 were not good during his career until this year. He's shooting 73% from the free throw line. He was around 50% the last couple of years.
Yeah, I mean, he's shown up ready to play, coming from Idaho, where he had a solid career, but not a standout career, and he's having a standout season this year.
I posed the question to Jason Hooten on Monday. I said, is he giving you more in offense than you thought he would give you coming in? He said, oh, yeah.
And that just bounced off Leroy Odiahi, the Irish player.
The Aggies with a chance to make this a huge possession. Already 1 point on the first free throw make for Mims. And now the Aggies will enter on the end line. Pickens in for Randall. Randall tips it back out to Visecht. He penetrates in the key, bounces off the defender. Mullen trying to grab the rebound. The Aggies have the arrow, and they'll have the basketball on the baseline again. The Aggies just a half second ahead of Western Kentucky on almost every single ball tonight. Mullen. Another 3 for the big fella.
Well, that's a nice, pleasant surprise. And he's got his hands full guarding guys much bigger, but they've got their hands full too, going out and guarding guys who can make threes.
Foul called on Pickens, who initially had defended that pretty well against Edlin. The Aggies now with 17 bench points. 8 from Mullen. The Aggies averaged 35 off the bench this year, which is top 20 in the country. A nice luxury right now for New Mexico State. A couple of post players, Mims and Mullen, who have been highly efficient from the arc. Edlin now 7 of 7 this year from the stripe. 41-15 the score. In case you're just joining us, the Aggies jumped out to a 21-2 lead. Hilltoppers didn't score a point before the first media timeout. Cade Stinnett, seldom used redshirt junior now in. Randall's pull up, back rim no good, grabbed by Stinnett. So Hank Plona really digging deep in his bench. This has not been the effort he wanted coming in. Setched guards Edlin. Exchange for Hackman. Hackman searches around Visecht and it's bumped at the rim. 2 free throws coming up. Two things here, Russ. This one is not over. There's a lot of time left. 4:47 left at half one, and then 20 minutes, of course, in half two. Secondly, even if the lead stays big the rest of the way, you do not want to develop any bad habits on either end of the floor.
No, and especially when Middle Tennessee seems like as good a team as there is in the conference coming in Saturday. And the Saturday game's a little earlier, isn't it, Adam? What time is the Saturday?
6 o'clock. Yep, national TV on ESPNU. We're not looking ahead to Saturday yet, are we?
No,
Russ,
I'm not.
You're the king of not looking ahead.
I
here.
know. I hope that Jason Hooten has the sound turned down when he watches the film on this one.
1 out of 2 for Hackman. Satched into the forecourt, attacks right around Stinnett to the rim, and Stinnett blocked him. Satch thought he was fouled. 5-on-4 for the Hilltoppers if they hurry. Corner 3, Elin, shallow. Mims, high grab for rebound number 9 here in half 1.
Boy, he is such a quick jumper, and he timed that one perfectly.
Lob up top for Juice, and he's fouled by the 7-footer Boyd.
They just don't have an answer for Julius Mims now, who's going to have double-figure rebounds. He may have a double-double by halftime.
Russ, his motor just never stops either.
Yeah,
either end of the floor.
And now he's sort of rehearsing his free throw. He sort of hurried it. The last one that he missed, he kind of hurried it a little bit. And Hank Polona he was one of the nation's most successful junior college coaches a couple of years ago, and he was off to a great start at Western. He just can't quite get on track tonight.
Myers back in for Hank Plona and the Hilltoppers. Second season as the head coach for Plona. Was under Steve Lutz for 1 year as an assistant. Of course, Steve Lutz now doing very well in Stillwater at Oklahoma State with our good friend James Miller, who's their associate head coach. Friendly bounce for Mims.
That's a very friendly bounce. He doesn't look like his so just so you don't think Julius Mims is playing the perfect game, his free throw looks a little off tonight.
Jones back in. He guards Myers. We approach the 4-minute mark. Thrown away. Stolen by Pickens. Jones strong with the ball. Pickens was open. A low pass by Jamel towards his shoe tops. And now Jason Hooten says slow it down. And he calls out a play. Maybe a timeout approaching. All Aggies here in the first half. Randall, Pickens, Osborne, Mims, and Jones. Pickens, pull-up jumper. Confident shot by Gabe Pickens.
I thought the defender got a piece of that, and he still made it go in.
Pickens coming off the bench tonight. The Aggies started Elliott at the point. Elliott's about to check in during the media timeout. Some rare minutes for Stinnett, who hands it off to Unseld. We haven't seen Tegan Moore in a while. Myers, contested 3. Elin, the smallest player on the floor, grabs the rebound, and he lays it in, the 5'10" junior. Four now for Elin. Pickens initiates. Hustles it down low, lobs it for Mims, who couldn't quite finish at the rim. Pinballed off. The Toppers have numbers if they rush it here. Unseld will fire a 3 and drain the 3. They scored a 102 last Friday in a win against Sam Houston. They've scored 80 plus in all but 2 wins. They average 83 a game. This is how good this conference is, though, on offense. They average 83 a game. That is only 4th in the conference. There's 5 teams averaging over 81 points per game in the conference this year. Randall, Malanga, Jones, Elliott, and Osborne. 10 to shoot for Elliott. Had a great start to the game. Elliott blocked away, and that went off his leg. It's going to be Hilltopper ball with 2:09 left in the opening half.
Yeah, that was the right call, and no foul. It shouldn't have been a foul.
Juice Mims playing a lot of first half minutes per usual. He's back in. Murdix, Moore, Boone, Hafner, and Newell. Small lineup here for the Hilltoppers. Their shooting numbers going up. Now they're shooting 25%. They were below 20% for a while. Good defensive stand for the Aggies so far. Murdix checked by Elliott, trying to split defenders. Mims diving for it. And that is kicked. It's going to stay Hilltopper ball.
Great effort by Julius Mims, who's doing a little bit of everything.
Tegan Moore will inbound for the Hilltoppers. Gets it in for Newell. Hafner swings it for Newell. Strong move to the rim. He got twisted around, and the Aggies clipped him. That's team foul number 6, so unless they give him continuation, no free throws yet. He might get continuation, though. He will. So free throws coming up. 2 shots for a 77% free throw shooter. Aggies haven't scored in 2 minutes, and a 28-point lead could turn into a 21-point lead here in a moment. Go back to last Sunday too, Russ, and a lot of Aggie fans are probably thinking how quickly the Aggies turned a huge deficit into a lead at one point in Springfield last Sunday. Things can change quickly.
Yeah, and again, with a hot shooting team like Western Kentucky, it's a long way from over.
The Aggies trying to close out the final 90 seconds on a high note. Elliott to Randall. Every catch is difficult with this perimeter D for the Hilltoppers. An angle for Jones, throws it up. A lot of contact, no call. Here comes Boone, who speeds ahead. Hafner curls and shoots a 3 off the mark. Tip is up and in for the 6'4" freshman, Armello Boone.
Yeah, good timing by Armello Boone.
Hilltoppers on a 9-0 scoring run, so maybe a little momentum into the locker room for them coming up. Elliott lobs it, intended for Osborne, but it was deflected. Here come the Hilltoppers. Murdoch slings it for a good shooter. Hafner out of the corner. Airballs the 3, but Boone got to it and flips it back in again.
Well, now the Aggies are just getting out hustled here, plain and simple. That last couple of series, they're just getting beat to the ball.
There's about a 9-second difference, game clock, shot clock. An 11-0 run for the Hilltoppers. Boone just won't let Jamel Jones catch it. Now he does and has a crease. Intend to shoot, slings it back to Elliott. Trying to maneuver around Boone. Shot clock down to 4. Elliott bounces to Jones. To the rim, throws up a shot, gets contact, and gets free throws coming up. He wanted that call in the previous possession and did not get it. Jamel now 11 of 11 for the free throw line in the previous 3 games, including tonight. That snaps a scoreless drought of 3 minutes and 28 seconds, and it also snaps an 11-0 run for the Hilltoppers. .8 left. The Aggies pick up in the full court. Moore still hasn't scored. He has the ball here out of the backcourt for the Hilltoppers. Moore working to the rim, puts up a shot, no good, and he can earn his first points of the half of the free throw line.
And it looks like Jacoby Osborne took a shot to the chest, maybe.
And Moore is still down behind the hoop.
And it was good hard basketball, no ill intent there, but they both took a beating there. Oh, he slipped him on the backstop.
This will be free throw number 1 in the half for Tegan Moore, who shoots 8 free throws per game. The Aggies have just done a spectacular job defending him. And you know he's off when he's missing free throws. 5th best free throw shooter in the conference, 84%. He's still in pain, you can tell.
Yeah, he might have twisted an ankle or a knee there.
They're going to get him out as Edlin comes in for Moore, and he is hobbling off to his bench. The Aggies with some time left, 2.5. Time for a shot for sure. Osborne finds Jones. Tosses it over his head. Kind of an awkward shot. And New Mexico State will lead by 18 here at halftime, but it could be much larger. FIU was able to pull away and win the game by 15. So the Aggies are looking for a similar start to what they had early on half two in Springfield last Sunday. They'll try to put this one away early. Murdick starts half two for the Hilltoppers. Came off the bench to start the game. Screen for Hafner. His three is an air ball. Moore puts it up, no good. A couple of Aggies fighting for the rebound. Malaga and Mims both were there, and neither could pull it in, so it's going to be Hilltopper ball. Moore didn't quite have the lift on that shot attempt as well when he was trying to put it back in. So we'll continue to monitor that to see how he is early on in half two. Another three for Hafner. This one banks in from the corner.
How did he do that?
Funky angle, and he banked it in from the corner.
I don't know if I've ever seen that.
And Hafner got two really good looks. Hafner all over Jones. Probably fouled him the first time. Gets called for it the second time.
Well, it's just the side of the back. This is kind of the side of the backboard. He got a nice. He gets a great lift on his shot, Cam Hafner.
Mm-hmm.
I'm talking about elevate. He's 2 feet off the ground when he shoots it.
Inbound pass goes to Mims. This is the closest Hilltoppers have been since the first 7 or so minutes of the game. Step back two is no good. Mims grabbed the rebound, and that has to be a foul on Armello Boone, who was right around the shoulders of Juice Mims. That was rebound number 10 for Mims.
But great effort by Armello Boone. He's an impressive freshman.
Elliott will trigger in, lobs it in for Mims. Hafner draws the assignment on Jones. Jamel angles in the key. Jamel inside, a lot of contact, no call. Rebound pulled in by Newell. Open three for Murdix if he wants it. Instead, he takes it to the rim and he draws a foul. So Murdix will shoot two. Aggies haven't made a field goal since the 3:36 mark in half one. That was that pull-up jumper for the elbow for Pickens. That put the Aggies ahead by 28. Now the lead's down to 15. Anthony Visech will come in for Jamel Jones. Murdix is going to shoot a free throw even though the whistles came here. Visech was trying to get into the lane, and Murdix will shoot it for real coming up. Out of Springfield, Illinois, the state capital in Illinois. You can kind of tell he's the energy player for Western Kentucky. He helps lead them, and right now he's led them to a 13-point deficit. High post Malaga. Back to Elliott. Murdix defends. Elliott swings it for Osborne. This is Visech, guarded by Boone on the switch. Number 10 to shoot. Osborne penetrates. Osborne towards the rim. Floater is good for Jacoby Osborne.
Yeah, nice move by Jacoby.
First Aggie field goal since the 3:36 mark in half one. Hafner fires it for Boone. Floater short. Rebound number 11 for Mims. Cross court to Elliott from Visech. Elliott penetrates, jump stop, and he's fouled. I think he was going up. Let's see if they give him free throws. And he will get 2 free throws. Foul is on Murdix, number 2 on him. This is a nice move, slicing in the key across the paint from Osborne.
That was an old school like Magic Johnson when he learned the hook from Kareem.
Tyrese Mullen had a good first half on offense. He comes in for Malanga. One more free throw for Elijah Elliott. His previous 6 points before that first made free throw all came early in the game. He, along with Jones, got the Aggies off to that 21-2 start early on. Lead got down to 13, now it's back up to 17. the wing, it's Boone, the freshman out of Lexington. Murdix spins on Elliott. Floater is good. He is a crafty player. His first game since late November.
And he's got a knee brace on, just a massive knee brace. He's just a gutsy kid.
Battled injuries each of the previous 2 years as well. Missed the previous 2. Stayed in the Hilltopper program, though. That pass is batted away by Boone. Regained by Osborne, who goes to the rim and gets stripped away by Grant Newell. And Jason Hooten wanted a foul call. Transition 3 for Newell. Off the mark. Long rebound to Hafner, whose floater is off the mark. And Mims will snatch in his 12th rebound. Elliott fakes the spin on Hafner. Mullen. 2 threes at half one. Misfires there. Another rebound for Juice. Back out to the Setch. His 3. Back rim no good. Mullen trying to grab the rebound. Then Osborne was there, and it was last touched by Jacoby Osborne. It's a pretty good look, though, for Anthony Setch on that step-in 3. Jalen Randall will come in for Osborne, and the 7-footer for the Hilltoppers, Noah Boyd out of St. Lucia, will come in for Newell. Hilltoppers have been playing catch-up pretty much since the first couple minutes of the game. The Aggies have led the entire way. Jack Edlin now in to run the point for the Hilltoppers. Bounces in the high post for Boyd. Squares up on Mullen. Goes to work on Mullen. Spins to his left at the side of the backboard. Mullen's given up some inches, but excellent verticality.
I'm so impressed with how smart Kyrese Mullen is, the way he played that.
Elliott blocked away by Boyd. Edlin was out of bounds on the baseline. And it's going to stay Aggie ball as Pickens checks in for Elliott.
Yeah, Elliott's been super so far. He's maybe going a little bit too far on some of these. Watch, he's in there in the tall trees. Maybe should have been passed. I don't know. He'd been so good. I hate to criticize him. He's been terrific up till now.
3.5 in, half 2. The officials are checking to see if it's Aggie ball, I believe. I think they're trying to see if the player was out of bounds, or are they trying to check the clock here? They were just trying to make sure that it was out of bounds on Edlin when he caught it. Hank Plona's Hilltoppers have fought back and made this a game. Mullen, the catch. Back out for Pickens, who just checked back in. Pickens bounces to Mullen. Power dribble. And Kyrese Mullen will get 2 free throws. Statistically, might not be his best game for us, but I think overall this has been the best we've seen Mullen play.
No, he's done a little bit, and he made the couple threes. Of course, that didn't hurt. Got his confidence up. But this is where I think Mullen can really excel. He's a little bit undersized height-wise, but he's got great heart and he's a wide body.
For folks who haven't tracked his story, it's been an incredible story. Getting into shape, going back to the offseason for Kyrese Mullen, who has lost around 40 pounds since the summer. Able to get into really good shape to play a lot of minutes off the bench. A transfer from Hampton. He's in double figures with 10. Full court pressure posing a little bit of an issue here for the Hilltoppers. They finally get it in for Edlin. Pickens guards the entire length of the floor. Tegan Moore still does not have a made field goal. 1 point on a free throw. Boone. Corner 3, Edlin. He drains it. A good 3-point shooter. And Jack Edlin now has 7. He only had 12 points the entire year coming in. Mullen looking for a guard to hand it off to. Every catch difficult. Pickens to Mims. A 3 in the wing. Battle for the rebound, pulled in by Noah Boyd for the Hilltoppers. Here comes Myers. Tries to maneuver around Pickens. He banks it in. +1 for Ryan Myers. And all of a sudden, the Hilltoppers have made it a 12-point game. 1 free. Russ, you and I both agreed early on in this game, we really liked the way Myers looked coming into this game.
Yes, he's had some great games. He's scored over 1,000 points in his career, I think, and New York kid. But he's had trouble getting on track tonight.
Started his career at Iona, went to Indian Hills JUCO with Hank Plona, then led Western Illinois in scoring a year ago before coming to WKU. Where does the offense come from with this combination right here? Contested three, Besetched, swirls off. Rebound collected by Newell. Toppers +7 here in the half. Trying to trim it to single figures. A clear look for Newell. And it's slapped out of bounds by Myers. Aggie ball. You know, it's hard to say the offense has really sputtered tonight, but you go back to the final stretch in half one, the offense has sputtered since. Do you have to get Jones back in the game here, Russ?
Well, I think eventually. I think Coach Hooten is just holding his cards here.
Nice catch by Mullen underneath, and Kyrie's will shoot 2 more free throws as he went up with it.
Well, he's you know, for him, we used to talk about the battle for turf, the battle for land, and it's not, you know, this was a huge teaching point with Lou Henson, is that down low, it's a battle for ground. It's not a battle for 11 feet up in the air. It's a battle for space, and this guy takes up, he's got his own zip code, this guy.
He's pretty much equaling Malanga in minutes here tonight. 11 minutes for Malanga, 10 off the bench for Mullen. 4 for 4 from the free throw line, 2 for 3 from the field. Both made field goals have been threes. Osborne comes in for Mims. Aggies with 2 in double figures, Jones with 13, and this man has 10. Tyrese Mullen, who only averages 5 points per game. Trying to split the pair and put the Aggies up a dozen. It's both, and Newell grabs the miss. You can kind of feel it in the building. This one is getting a little bit too close for comfort after the Aggies built a 28-point lead. Murdick's trying to maneuver around Randall, and he draws a foul. He's just a smart player, isn't he?
Yeah, I was going to say the exact same thing, and he does seem like he's limping a little bit, but he's tough and he's smart, and he's got great confidence, and I think he might be the guy, if they're going to have a comeback, he might be the guy to lead it.
Foul was called on Randall, his first here tonight.
I mean, look at that knee brace.
It's bulky.
He wouldn't get through airport security with that thing.
Remember, it was 21-2 to start the game. The Aggies led by 19 before the Hilltoppers could really even blink. And now it's single figures. And this is danger zone for New Mexico State with 14:40 left. Need to find a way to regroup and get back on track. Jones will check in. So will Malanga next chance. Mullen made 2 threes in the first half. Long on this one. It's a good shot, though, for Mullen, who's been able to make that all year. Murdick's met by Mullen. Back out for Myers. Stabs and then shoots a 3 over Randall. And it's snatched by Pickens, who runs the floor. A lot of standing around on offense for New Mexico State. Pickens to the rim. Lobs it up top for Jacoby Osborne. Sophomore to sophomore.
You know, Pickens has such a great feel for those lob passes. I don't know if you can learn that, or it's just he's just a smart player with the lobs, and you can feel that the buildings come alive again.
Floater for Myers, friendly bounce, soft touch for the left-hander. Hilltoppers doing this still without Tegan Moore. Moore on the bench. She's going to check in here in a moment. Mullen on the catch. Power dribble. Strip got it back. Puts up a shot. A lot of contact, no call. Pulled in by Newell. Murdick's trying to zigzag ahead. Murdick's a floater, no good. Tip, no good. Grabbed by Osborne.
Aggies got a break there.
Randall for 3 in transition. Pinballs through. Jason Hooten will call a timeout as the Aggie lead grows to a dozen. Well, we have a ball game. 12:53 left. Conference USA action. The Aggies trying to stay undefeated at home and pick up their second league win. Hilltoppers not making it easy on a Thursday night for the Pan Am. Moore only has 1 point, 0 of 4 from the field, 1 for 2 from the free throw line. Meanwhile, Jamel Jones 13, but all 13 came in half one. Hilltoppers looking for a stretch similar to what they had to finish off half one. The Aggies looking for a stretch similar to how they started the game when they led 21-2. Hilltopper ball in the red on the road, looking for their second true road win. Moore going to work on Osborne. Hilltoppers desperately need his offense. That might have been off the leg of Moore. We're going to say it's going to stay with the Hilltoppers. That was close. Inbounder is Edlin. Gets it in for Myers. Randall in his face. Myers slices in the paint. Shot was altered. Offensive rebound for Boyd, who got it wrapped up. Foul is called on Malanga. 2 free throws for Boyd, who is only 38%. He's 0 for 2 tonight. Neither big man shoots it well from the free throw line. Malanga nor Boyd.
Well, Sear Malanga's going to have to go get that. He's big enough to battle Boyd.
Boyd looked better on that one. Senior out of St. Lucia, who transferred in from LSU. Pretty good on those two.
Yeah, maybe the stats are wrong. Look like a beautiful free thrower.
We would like to repeat that delivery for sure. 12 1/4 left, half two. The Toppers have had the deficit down to 9 a couple of times. Jalen Randall way short on the 3. Oh, board for Osborne, threw it away. Right to Boone, intended for Pickens. Boone attacks, layup short. No basket interference. That was off the hand of Pickens. The rim was rattling, but it's going to be Hilltopper ball. Mims will come in from Osborne. Inbound pass to Moore. His best look of the night. Shallow on the 3. That would have cut it to 7. The Aggies have missed 8 of their previous 10 from the field. Jones has to take advantage. He's guarded by the much smaller Edlin, and then he fades away from Edlin. Oh, he had a huge size advantage on the 5'10" defender.
Yeah, I thought the same thing. He generally doesn't wait too long, but he waited till the bigger guy got on.
Boyd puts the ball on the deck. Randall pokes it from behind. Pickens diving for it. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Pickens. Good hustle from Gabe Pickens, who poked it away from Boyd. Hilltoppers will have 13 to shoot right around midcourt when we come back with 11:32 left in the second half. Aggies lead by 10. Up in a dogfight right now with Middle Tennessee down the road at the Haskins Center. 7-point game there. Middle Tennessee leads, but we've been tracking that one, Russ, and UTEP had it down to a 1-possession game a little bit ago.
Yeah, and it's not over.
Middle Tennessee trying to stay undefeated in conference play. More to the rim, and that's a charge. Drawn by, guess who? Gabe Pickens. Hank Plona can't believe it. Pickens was waiting for it outside the restricted arc.
Yeah, and Tegan Moore just, I feel for him because he's such a great player. He just can't get on track tonight. Look at Gabe Pickens taking all 220 pounds of Dry Ridge, Kentucky.
Hank Plona just got teed up. And this is not the time for that to happen. Hilltoppers got the deficit down to 10, and he just got teed up on that call. He was trying to say Pickens was still moving.
He was definitely outside of the arc. We saw. I wasn't sure until I saw the replay. He was definitely outside the arc.
You know, sometimes coaches will get teed up to spark the team. His team's been sparked for a while. They trailed by 28 with 3.5 left in the first half. They're over that. So this will give New Mexico State 2 points on the free throws for Jones, and the ball as well, and Hank Plone is still in the face of the official.
I mean, he's got his team going.
Yeah.
Every guy on the team is up clapping. I think he's got their attention. He has a huge reputation among coaches as being a brilliant young coach. You know, whereas of course Hooten's been a Division I coach for 20 years.
The Aggies have missed 9 of their previous 11 from the field. Randall for 3. It's a 5-point possession. No call there. Boone to the rim. Never quite had the handle on it, and it's Aggie ball. Boone never had a handle on it. He lost it going up.
Well, Boone reminds me of the Chicago kids the Aggies used to have. He's quick and aggressive, and he's still maybe a little bit learning to get under control in Division I.
Elliott working on Edlin. Now the Hilltoppers haven't scored in almost 3 minutes. Jones backs up on Murdix, and he's fouled on the shot. That's foul number 2 on Terry on Murdix, and I think the technical might have sparked New Mexico State a little bit, quite frankly.
Well, yeah, which is of course the opposite of and I don't know that Hank Polona was trying to spark his team. I think he was just angry at the call. You know, which is every right to be angry, but it was maybe it wasn't the right time to get a technical. I don't know.
Mel Jones, a really good free throw shooter, one of the best in Conference USA, 82%. 5 for 5 tonight, 15 of 50 now in the previous 3 games. And Hank Polona has a cut on his hand. Slapped the scores table during that recent sequence. So we'll take a seat and take care of that. Lead is 17 now for New Mexico State. It was down to 10 moments ago. 7-0 Aggie run at a perfect time. Almost thrown away by Murdix, caught by Newell. Going to work on Mims. Jones was digging in there. Boone slices down the paint, lays it in, and one. Boone found a crease on Jones. He gets bumped, and he will try for a 3-point play.
That's what I mean about Armello Boone. He's incredibly quick. He's aggressive. He's a hungry kid. I think the Aggies need to back off a little bit. He's been inconsistent from the 3. They seem to be crowding him a little bit at the top of the key.
Yeah, I'm with you, Russ. There would be hard-pressed to find a better freshman around the conference than the way Armello Boone has played all year. 4-time Conference USA Freshman of the Week. And they've kind of been switching around his role as far as starter coming off the bench. 4 starts this year for Boone. Before tonight. Did start this game, so start number 5, but he's come off the bench a lot as well. Randall's been good in half 2. He now has a dozen for the game. Jones has been good the entire game. His pull-up is short. Randall was crashing the glass, and he touched it last. Western Kentucky ball.
And does Jason Hooten want a review there? Is that?
Can't tell if he wants a review or if he's just calling a timeout. The bench thought it was going to be Aggie ball. I think he's reviewing this. Yeah, it looks that way. The officials will head to the monitor. The Aggie bench had the best view out of anybody, and the end of the bench thought it should have been Aggie ball. It was hard to tell. Let's see here.
And they wouldn't be biased, would they? Yes, that's
off the arm of Murdix.
Totally off the arm of Murdix.
So this call will get changed, and Jason Hooten will not lose a timeout.
And look at that camera angle by the Aggie Vision crew.
So this will get changed for sure, and the Aggies will have the possession up 14.
Well, they've got to go division. If that is the case, they're going to go deliver the bad news to Hank Polona, and he's not going to like that.
After review,
Elijah Elliott will trigger in. Aggies with 3 in double figures, led by Jones with 17, 12 for Randall, 10 for Mullen. Mims right behind with 8. Elliott with 8 as well. Let's see if Jamel takes over the game down the stretch. Jones to the rim, he banks it in around contact.
Wow, great body control by Jamel Jones.
19 for Jones after 18 off the bench last Sunday. Back in the starting 5 tonight. Edelin drives and kicks to Boone. Boone maneuvers around Randall. Back to the arc for Murdix. Not really a threat from threes, blocked by Jones. Randall, lob ahead for Elliott. Tracks it down in the corner. And he will reset to the head of the key. And now this becomes danger zone for the Hilltoppers, who cut it inside of single figures early on in this half. Step back 3 for Elliott. Hit as he shot it. And 1 for Elijah Elliott.
Wow. He has the best step back for the Aggies for sure. Watch this great body control here. It's just tremendous balance. Wow.
He can score in bunches. 11 for Elliott. Also has 4 rebounds, 2 helpers. Four-point play for Elliott, who's now attempted 8 free throws, making a half dozen of those here in the game. Atman flips it for Boone, checked by Osborne. Jones guards Boone now. Osborne guards on the switch, now Mims on the switch. And the foul is called in the interior as Osborne was trying to not allow Boyd to post up, and Jacoby's given up about 6 inches on the 7-footer.
Well, Jacoby Osborne may be the most versatile defender on the Aggies. He can guard a point guard, guard a bigger guy. He's got his arms around him there.
Yeah,
that has to be called.
Bear hugs not allowed on defense. The Aggies on a 6-0 run. Lead's been as high as 28 tonight. Myers, bank shot no good. Boyd the rebound. Pinball's off for Boyd, who gets 2 free throws.
But I think this is what Jason Hooten was trying to encourage the referees about. We'll say that I do think that that Ryan Myers is close to carrying the ball. You know, in the old days that would have got called. He just occasionally has his hand underneath the ball. And maybe Jason Hooten's like me. He's been around so long. He's used to the being called tighter in that regard.
Great minutes for Mims, and now Mullen checks in for Juice. Boyd had made 2 straight free throws. Misses the first one here. Second try. Good. So 3 out of his last 4. He'll take that.
Yes, it's surprising because he's got a good-looking free throw. You'd think he'd be 80% the way he looks shooting it.
The Aggies trying to pull away again. They led by 28 with 3.5 left in the first half. Jones throws it behind Osborne, who was streaking to the rim. I think he was looking for a lob, and Jones thought he was fading out.
Well, this is an example of Jamel Jones, who's such a great scorer. That he normally would make that shot. He's looking to pass it.
Those two clearly not on the same page there.
I was certain he was going up with it. I think Jason Hooten was just yelling at him to shoot that.
There's only been 12 combined turnovers, only 4 on Western Kentucky. Boone's floater drops in. Western Kentucky trying to see if they have one more comeback left in them. Elliott working the ball screen with Mullen. Mel Jones guarded by Boone. Shot clock down to 10 for Elliott. Boyd defends. Elliott the kick out. Jones a step in 3. Swirls off. Osborne the putback. Osborne will shoot free throws when we come back.
Just great timing by Jacoby Osborne. Really smart the way he went after that one.
Sophomore out of Missouri City, Texas, only 6'6", but boy, he plays a whole lot bigger. Either way, the Aggies will have the Blue Raiders Saturday, and the Hilltoppers will travel to the Haskins Center on Saturday for an afternoon game. 2 foul shots, Jacoby Osborne. By the way, the foul situation right now, New Mexico State in the double bonus, while the Hilltoppers in the single bonus. Osborne only 65%, gets 1 out of 2. Entering action today, the road teams were 3-17 in Conference USA play. Huge difference. Long rebound to Mullen. Speeding ahead is Elliott, attacks the rim. Last touch by the Hilltoppers. Aggie ball on the baseline.
Yeah, I was going to say the same thing. Elijah Elliott just went and sort of apologized to Jalen Randall. Couldn't get the ball to him. Got himself stuck in traffic a little bit.
Elliott gets it in for Mullen. Back to Elliott. Newell defends. A lot of hand contact there. Mismatch. The Aggies want to take advantage. With Newell guarding Elliott. Hand off to Randall. Osborne exchanges to Jones. Under 10 to shoot. Elliott now guarded by Edlin. 4 to shoot. Edlin fouled Elliott on a 3 earlier. Gets rim. Long rebound tracked down by Boone, who pushes for the Toppers. Transition 3 for Edlin, shallow. And Mullen snatches in another rebound.
Careful.
Jason Hooten wants to slow it down here and run offense with under 7 left. Aggies lead by 18. Lead was 28 with 3.5 left in the first half. Hilltoppers got it down to 18 before halftime. Spin move by Jones, off balance. Grab by Boone, and he speeds ahead. Stripped away and stolen by Jones. There's only one motor for Boone, and he's running hard all the time. And then Jones was fouled in the backcourt, so he's going to shoot 2.
Well, Jamel Jones, great hustle, really saved the basket. He came from behind. His pursuit, he just didn't give up. His pursuit was really impressive there. He was well behind. Armello Boone, and Boone is plenty fast, and he caught up to him.
Russ, you can love the aggressiveness from Boone, but that's 3 defenders around him. That's a 1-on-3 scenario. You need to know when to pull it back and pull it out.
Well, that's what I mean. He reminds me of some of the Chicago Public League kids we've had over the years, where they're hungry and they're tough and they're go-getters, and it's just a matter of sort of having a little bit of savvy and get a little bit more crafty. Armello, I want to go on record. He is going to be a great player, Armello Boone. I'm so impressed with him. But he might, just when to put on the brakes and when to put on the gas is going to be something for him to sort of focus on over the rest of the season.
Jamel Jones, 8 for 8 from the free throw line. He has made 18 straight in his previous 3 games from the line. Moore, first made field goal, and it comes with 6:15 left in the second half. I am stunned that we just said that.
Yeah, and just terrific effort by Jacoby Osborne and Jamel Jones, the other guys who've been guarding him.
The Aggies haven't made a field goal in 3:15, but the Hilltoppers not taking advantage. The Aggies are making free throws. Mullen backing down Moore, inside outside of Vesech. That's off the back of Newell. That's going to be Aggie ball. Great hustle by Newell right in front of us. I don't know if it was road legs or what, but an uncharacteristically bad start for the Hilltoppers. And since the first 13, 14 minutes of the game, they have completely flipped that. 3 to shoot for Elliott. Looking for a foul, doesn't get it. Grabbed by Moore. Hatman, drive it a kick. Corner 3, good look again for Edlin. Misses that one short again, but the foul is called on Osborne on the rebound try. This will lead to 1-and-1 coming up, and I believe the shooter is going to be Moore. It will be. Free throw short for Moore. 1 out of 3. You know he's not feeling great when he's missing free throws.
Yeah, I wonder if Tegan Moore is if he's just not feeling well.
Juice Mims now back in, so is Pickens. Mullen hands it off to Jones. Backs up on Newell, and he dribbled it off his foot. He's playing around with it a little bit too much. Aggie offense not in sync in this half. They were in sync in half one, especially the first 17 minutes of that first half. 46 in half one, only 27 in half two. They're only shooting 27% from the field in the half. Moore shoots it over Mims. Mullen grabs the miss. Rebound number 7. Tyrese had to grab it a second time. Here comes Pickens. He'll slow it down. You know, part of the point number 2 for New Mexico State is they're trying to slow the game down and use some clock. That's been part of it as well in offense. Pickens, pick and roll with Mullen. Besetched, bounces to Pickens. 2 to shoot, floater good for Gabe Pickens in the key.
Well, and this is why I think Jason Hooten went with Gabe Pickens in the last few minutes for his decision making, and that was a smart decision by Gabe Pickens.
First Aggie made field goal in 4.5 minutes. They've outscored Western Kentucky by 2.5. Mims draws the assignment on Moore. Moore slips and lays it in. Too easy. Jason Hooten trying to figure out what happened right there. Moore slipped, and then the Aggies threw it away. Mims throws away the inbound, which will take us to the Under 4 media. And it comes at a big time for New Mexico State. Jason Hooten says, finish strong to his bench. Trying to go to 7-0 at home. It is Hilltopper ball. The Aggies threw it away on the inbound before the media. Aggies guarded the lob well. Issues getting that ball in. Finally stuffed in for Hackman in the corner. Working hard to Besetched. Leans in. Ripped in by Mullen. Rebound number 8 for Mullen. Besetched slow to get up.
Well, that was great defense by Anthony Besetched.
Chris Terrell has not played tonight. Season low 3 minutes last time out. Rotation has been a little bit shorter in this game. No Augustine Ekwe either. He has not played either. Ekwe only had 3 minutes against Missouri State. Pickens with 4. Pickens to the rim. Changed his hand in midair. Went to the left. And then Mims collects the offensive rebound. Jones is bumped, and he's going to shoot 2 more free throws.
Well, huge rebound by Julius Mims. And that wasn't a bad shot by Gabe with the shot clock running down.
How about this, Russ? 14 rebounds in back-to-back games for Juice Mims.
Yeah, he's really come into his own here. It's almost like he likes the warm weather of Las Cruces better than the cold weather of Idaho.
Jones 9 for 9 from the strike. So many players have bought in. It seems like the entire team has bought in, but I can almost assure you that nobody has bought in more to Jason Hooten than number 0, Juice Mims. I mean, he's fully bought in.
I think that's absolutely right. And as you know, the season can sometimes go in waves. Like, I didn't think Kyrese Mullen was ever going to help the Aggies, but he keeps getting in better and better shape, dropping the weight, and he's been a load.
First miss in a couple of weeks from the free throw line for Jamel Jones. 3 minutes left. Hackman, good verticality by Osborne. Offensive rebound. Boone has done that 3 times in the game. Just getting the putback and sticking it back in. And the forecourt for Osborne. Kicks out to the corner for Besetched. Kate Stinnett back in the game now for the Hilltoppers, number 10 in red. Pickens lobs it up top for Mims. Just out of his reach. I don't think Mims wanted it. It was contested, and the Aggies turn it over. Edlin turns the corner to Stinnett. Floats it. No good. Grabbed by Jamel Jones. 2:10 left. Aggies just trying to use some clock. Hank Ploma tells Stinnett, don't foul yet. Inside of 2 minutes. Pickens speeds around Stinnett. Got it blocked away with 6 on the timer. Pickens will trigger in. In for Jones. Inside the arc. Jamel crosses over. One on the timer, gets it away. Missed it short, but the Aggies did use a lot of clock on that trip. And that's most important right now. Leading by 17. 3 for Unseld. Makes it a 14-point game. Jamel Jones wide open at midcourt. See if the Hilltoppers just play it out or foul somebody. Cutting is on. Osborne probably got away with a traveler right there. The Aggies haven't made a field goal in 2:46. Just trying to use clock here down the stretch. Lead was as high as 28. The Aggies never trailed tonight. 4 to shoot for Jones. Jamel to the rim, and he gets fouled going up. So you use clock and you get free throws. 2 of them coming up for Jamel Jones.
And he deserves to look tired. He's played his tail off tonight, but Jamel looks worn a little bit. He needs a good meal and go to bed early tonight.
Speaking of being tired, they're in overtime now at the Haskins Center, so Middle Tennessee will have to play at least 5 more minutes on the first leg of their road trip. They will come here Saturday night.
Well, if I'm Jason Hooten, I'm hoping it'll go into 7 or 8 overtimes and really wear out Middle Tennessee.
Big night for Jamel Jones. Randall comes in for Jones. And Chris Terrell will see his first action tonight. I've been keeping a close eye on Terrell on the bench. His attitude has been great the entire night.
Yes, no surprise. He and Gabe seem to get along really well, and they're often battling for minutes.
Blocked away by Osborne at the rim. Boone was trying to hammer it. Terrell swings it for Randall. No fouling yet for the Hilltoppers. I think Chris Terrell knows, Russ, that Saturday he could play 15-20 minutes. It could change game to game. Here is Terrell. Works around Edlin. Terrell, finger roll goes home.
Well, good for Chris Terrell. He's been terrific all year for the Aggies.
Hackman used the backboard to pass it to himself.
Little playground action for Hackman.
That was nifty. And now Chris Terrell can dribble it out. And New Mexico State will hand Jason Hooten his 300th win.
300 wins. That's impressive.
Aggies are 7-0 at home for the first time since 2016-2017. They led by 28 late in half one. Hilltoppers cut it to single figures. The Aggies able to withstand that. And they win this one by a final of 80-64 to give Jason Hooten career win number 300 on a Thursday night from the Pan American Center. So congrats to Coach.